Welcome to another episode of URC Chumps podcast. Um, yeah, we've lost Dara this week because he's writing exams. Good luck, Dara. There should be a clip if he sends it to me in time with his review of Munster beating Leinster, which was phenomenal.
I did call it. Did call it.
Yes,
Just saying.
I got it wrong. It was the other way around. But I've got Tim here with me. Tim, how you doing, man?
Good in yourself, man. Good, good, good. I am
Yeah,
ripping the Stormers this week. Proud Capetonian boy. Yeah, ripping strong.
yes. And I think we need to get into it. Like I said, this week has got some exciting things that have happened. Again, welcome to URC Chumps podcast and everything. Going through the results for this past week. Starting off with Dragons going down to Cardiff. I mean, that was to be expected. Though within 7, you have to give Dragons their due.
Yeah, I assumed Cardiff was going to run away with that one. So
Yeah.
yeah, it was closer than I thought.
Edinburgh sorting out their stuff, coming up 43-0 victors over Benetton, which does make me a little bit worried for this week
Did
coming.
did you ever watch at Edinburgh? Did you actually watch that game?
No, I didn't.
They were exceptional.
The
That
bit
that
I
that
did see.
that that is,
The,
that side on that day was unbelievably good.
yeah. The reason why I wasn't watching that game was because I was watching the game of the day, and the reason why I said it because those games were played on Friday. I was watching Connacht host Bulls, which yeah. However, just going through quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of the 8 games away teams won this week.
That's a crazy stat.
Yeah. I mean, one of the two is being Edinburgh, but yeah. Then, of course, the second of the home teams that won, the one that actually surprised me a bit, and they look pretty good for how they've been playing, was the Lions up against Scarlets.
Yeah,
Just
I mean, I I hope the Lions would pull one out the bag. But I must admit, I thought Scarlets would beat them.
yeah,
So yeah, I mean it's a welcome victory, and hopefully it's a turning point in the Lions season. I mean, it's a lot to ask, I know, but they didn't play too badly, did they?
no, I mean, I was actually quite surprised, and I was like, okay, I was like, at the point I was watching the Lions win, and I was like, all right, when are you guys going to slip up? And they didn't. They held off.
I thought they were really quite quality actually. I was
Yeah,
pretty impressed. I was really, and unlike the one underneath, again,
yeah.
I mean, I don't know what to say about that one.
Ulster manhandling another South African team because they beat the Bulls beforehand. Yo, what a game. We'll cover a little bit more. And Pimpy's been given a ban of that tackle that he did. That got up to a red. But yeah, Sharks didn't even look like they were in the thing. I see there's now talks about John Plumtree again. We'll cover that a little bit later. I got some stats on him there. But yeah, the and then going over to Dublin, the game of the weekend.
How's it going, everyone? Just going to get some quick inputs this week. Uh, Come on, what a win. One of the best games I've ever been at. Ty Byrne, Jack Crowley, Alex Dankerville, um, Brian Gleeson, Gavin Coombs, unbelievable. Dan Kelly, what a signing. Tom Farrell in the Ireland squad because of the game. Fantastic in every retrospect. There's not anything I can criticise from the Munster point of view. Defended brilliantly, attacked brilliantly, very clinical, took our chances, didn't give them a moment of space. I thought after 10 minutes it was going to be a long day. It was a great day. I thought we were fantastic from start to finish. It was really a masterclass from Macmillan in tactics. kick the ball over a rush defence, and if you've got an accurate enough kicker to do it, it can work so well. And we saw that with Crowley being accurate enough, and Shays being good enough from the wingers, and by Tom Farrell for his opportunistic, brilliant try. Brilliant in every aspect. I thought Leinster were poor in attack. Had no answers really. They were dominant in the scrum, but lost every collision, and they had no plan B. Their backs had no plan B. They looked stunned. Ian Madigan said it. They thought they were just going to bully Munster up front, and that would be that. They couldn't do it, and they had no backup, and that's why Leinster lost the game. I thought Munster won the game because they were so physical, so direct, and so tactically brilliant to kick it over Leinster defence, turn them, got a try out of it, got a try off a brilliant intercept by Coughlin. He nearly nabbed another one in the second half. And yeah, I was utterly beaming. What a result for Munster. Unbelievable. Best of the Macmillan era so far, obviously. Best in a while. Best since we won the URC. I'll also talk about Ulster, who I also thought really shone. Win down in South Africa against a full-strength Sharks team, which is essentially the Springbok team. Brilliant in every aspect. Mike Lowry, Jack Murphy, James Hume, Nathan Doak, and then some of the forwards were fantastic. I thought around the park, Scotty Wilson was brilliant. Tom Stewart scored a brilliant try, a hooker running, in a support line the whole length of the pitch. Dave McCann, Yarrow Augustus was fantastic on his second game for Ulster. Yeah, they were just absolutely brilliant. And again, a tactical masterclass from Richie Murphy, helped by Sharks in discipline. But in general, they were the ones who took it to the Sharks, took it to them physically, didn't give them a moment's rest, much like the Munster game. They really stuck at them, were good defensively, great in attack, scored some brilliant tries, and just waited for the Sharks evening to make mistakes, which they did. Vincent Koch getting a yellow, then McPimpy getting a yellow upgraded to a red, which I thought was the right call, because at high force you can't tip someone over like that. But yeah, brilliant performance by Ulster, brilliant performance by Munster. Stormers also joined them in the three unbeaten sides. It's going to be interesting this weekend. Ulster go to Johannesburg, which I think they will definitely back themselves. The Lions weren't very good on Saturday. Munster host Connacht in Thomond Park. That would be a very good game. And Stormers go to Benetton, which I think will also be a very good game, because Benetton are very good at home and have a point to prove after losing by 46 points to Edinburgh. Great weekend of rugby. Come on!
Yeah.
If Munster plays like that against the Stormers, I'm worried, because that's at home as well.
Munster played really well. They played really well. But also, I didn't think Leinster was particularly good either.
No. But now, that brings me up to a point that I've been thinking about, is I've called them one-hit wonders, because they won the season last year, but they haven't pitched up. They now played against Munster with a full-string side, and they were only able to put 2 tries on Munster.
But Munster were good. Let's not take anything away.
No, I'm not taking anything away from them. I'm just saying Leinster, it doesn't look like they're gelling right.
No, they're clearly not gelling right. And yeah, it's an interesting time. You see that Niemann is going to stay there and past the World Cup, so he will not be returning to South Africa for the World Cup. He got a contract extension. So, maybe it's just taking a bit of time for him to implement things. I don't know. It shouldn't be. I mean, he was there last season, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of it. Honestly, they, on paper, are a very good side. But the performances, they're playing like the Sharks, quite frankly.
Yeah.
The 2 biggest name sides on sheets of paper are underperforming hugely.
No, absolutely. It's a bit sad to see the competition like that. Like, I was expecting Leinster, of course, come off guns blazing. They just won the URC. They want to kind of prove that it wasn't just that. And they've always been in at least the top 8. And right now, they're sitting down low. We'll look at the log next after this. But, yeah.
I do see them coming right. I think it's just a couple of hiccups, but I do see them coming through to the playoffs.
Yeah. No, I also, but it needs to start turning around now.
Of
And
course, I mean,
yeah,
there's going to be a turning point. It's going to come quickly.
I mean, there's only
Yeah,
14 rounds left before we get into that. So, and anything can happen. I mean, last year we were talking all the way to the last game who's going to be in the top 8.
yeah,
So
and
yeah,
I think it'll be the same this season too.
yes, I do like it when it is like that as well. Then, another team that put 31 points up, being the Stormers. Yo, Russ, Sasha, De Villiers, all those guys. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, we weren't 100% um a well-oiled machine, but those guys are definitely putting up their hands. It's to the point that even Porton's been given a call up to the Springboks side for the end of year tour, which is great to see the youngster get a nod.
and what school did he go to?
I'm not too sure. Is it Weinberg as well?
It's fine.
Since you asked.
Represent.
Yeah. I know there's a few Weinberg boys in the under 19 team as well, so touring the European countries. So yeah. And then of course Ospreys not doing what I was hoping they would do. But they lost to Glasgow. But we know Glasgow is a top team.
They're
They've
top.
always, yeah.
They are very, very. They are a well drilled side. They are very
Yeah.
different.
I mean, the past, I think it's all URC competitions. They've been knocking on that door in the playoffs and everything. So you can't knock them. But at the same time, Ospreys does.
They're well coached, especially this
Yeah.
season. And I think this season they'll definitely be in contention for the playoffs without doubt.
Yeah. But I mean, talking about that, here is the standings at the moment. Of course, Stormers up at number 1. We just need to drop down a little bit later on because I have a superstition about the top position. Uh, but yes, but along with Munster, again, still the 3 teams being undefeated, being Stormers, Munster, and Ulster. So yeah, the fact that there's only 3 undefeated teams so far is also quite amazing that we're into week 4, and
But I
it
also noticed that Ulster has also got 3 bonus points from 3 games.
yes, which is a bit of a problem for Munster and Stormers because
Well, I
they
mean, it
yeah
just helps your point where if they win again, they'll go top of the list and we'll be second.
yeah
So then you get your wish.
yes uh yeah, it can go like that. We can still keep winning, but Ulster can get a few bonus points and stay above. But yeah, I mean Ospreys, like I said, sitting at 13th, which is it's kind of sad seeing the bottom 6 teams, half of them being Welsh. I mean, okay, 2 of them being South African,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's not really nice to see when it's like certain nations holding the bottom.
Look, I mean, this is still very early days. We were
Yeah,
talking about here. Um,
but
it's
did you
very.
see that? Did you see Coombs's how he went off when he got a yellow card for Munster?
I actually didn't see that. No.
He was running off like, yeah, yeah, while he was after he was trying to yellow card or giving it to like the Leinster fans.
Oh,
Um, Hopefully Dari sends us that video with some his views on the games and a few others. Hopefully it'll be near the end of this. But yeah, yes, this weekend was great. Um, Before we move on, have you been seeing the comments around Sasha saying he's arrogant?
no, I've heard the complete opposite.
Now, as when he's playing, I don't have a problem with how he's playing, but I think the arrogance part has come that he's become a little bit too arrogant, let's say after the whistle. like there was an incident at Scarlet's where the ref actually had to put him in his place, and things like that. I don't take so much as he's an arrogant player or person. It's just there's been situations on the field that has made him look arrogant, but not as an arrogant player, just arrogant behavior.
Look, I mean, you need a bit of cockiness on the rugby
Yeah.
field. You can't be a timid person, and he's sort of finding his feet. He's obviously a young guy, and he's exploded onto the scene, and he's got to be up for World Young Player of the Year or Newcoming Player of the Year. Like he's got to be up there. And yeah, I mean, I'm a believer that on the rugby field you have to have a little bit of arrogance, but then off the field you got to go back to your normal self. Yeah, what happens on the field is happens on the field. We all know that
Yeah.
as rugby. And a bit of banter between players. I know I'm a halfback, I'm a scrum half, so that's like half my job. You know what I mean? So
Is that why scrum half is in your name?
yeah, I mean, a bit of banter is never as long as within reason, it's never bad.
Yeah.
But as long as it doesn't follow him off the field, I think it's fine.
Yeah. Like I said, as a player, I don't see anything wrong with him. It's just more like I said, there's a few things off the ball afterwards, like the Tane Plumtree incident, and then when he was talking to the ref, and the ref said, I'm the ref, not you." Like, yeah, I can kind of see how that came across, but hopefully, he's held in, and everything. But yeah, I know this week when we play against Benetton, Kobus Reinach is officially making his debut for Stormers this week. So that would probably help because then you'll have like a very senior scrum half to say like, well,
Yeah, they're the 9-10 combo for the Springboks at the moment. So
yeah,
it's what a pleasure. I do think it's going to be a close game this weekend for the Stormers. I think it's going to be a couple of points in it actually.
well, I mean, as you can see on the right, ChatGPT says there's going to be a 4-point difference in favor of the Stormers. But we'll go through first the games being Glasgow versus the Bulls at 8:45 SA time. AI saying that the Bulls should come out on top there, which I could see if they kind of play like they did, but with a bit more defense. They need to be very tight on defense, especially with the Tuipulotu and Jones.
I don't know, Glasgow at home.
That's why I said I can see it, but the defense has to be there. And right now, as we know, the defense has let them down.
That's going to be a really good game.
It's going to be a great game. Crispy, yeah, we'll probably watch that game together, and everything. Yes, he's a staunch Bull supporter that listens to us.
Nice.
He's the one that made that comment that I sent on the group towards you. See, Crispy even apologizes to you. So yes. And then of course we go into that's only game on Friday. Then we go across to Saturday, starting at 1:45, Lions hosting Ulster. Yeah, I mean even ChatGPT says Ulster's going to win. Yeah, I think that's the way it's going to happen.
Yeah, I think Ulster will win.
Yeah.
But who knows? I mean, the Lions turn up and who knows what happens.
No, agreed. Sharks are then hosting Scarlets at 4 p.m. Sharks, which, yeah, I can see that happening.
They have to win it.
They really have to, yeah. I mean, if we quickly go back to the last one, Sharks are sitting where they've
14.
they've drawn. That's the best they've done.
Yeah.
So yeah. Then of course 6:30, Dragons are playing against Ospreys. Yeah, we're gonna have to go Ospreys on that one. Even ChatGPT, if I see correctly, or did that one forget? No, there we go. 26-18 to Ospreys. Then, of course, Leinster hosting Zebra. I mean, we might as well just give it to Leinster straight away. Benetton hosting the Stormers. Now, that one's 2024 to the Stormers thing. Also at 6:30. That is a result I could actually see go that way.
Yeah, it's going to be a close game. I'm, obviously I'm hoping the Stormers pip it, but I think it's going to be, look, I think it's going to be really close.
No, I also think so. I think Benetton's definitely going to want to come back and lick their wounds this week, especially after going down 0 to Edinburgh. They definitely want to go or want to put their name forward and say like that was a once-off thing. No. But yes. But I do see Stormers right now the way they're going, coming away with the win. Whether it's a bonus point win is another thing. We'll have to wait and see. But I do see Stormers coming out on top there.
Yeah.
Then Munster's hosting Connacht. The way Munster's going, you have to go Munster.
You know what? I'm going to be controversial, and I'm sorry, Dara, but I'm going to say Connacht pip Munster this weekend.
Oh, so now you're supporting Dora's cousins. I think it's his cousins.
I'm not supporting. It's just I have a feeling that they're going to get pipped this weekend, unfortunately. Nothing against Munster, nothing against Dara, but I think, who knows? I mean, I could be completely wrong, but I got a feeling about this.
And then, of course, Cardiff going up against Edinburgh. ChatGPT AI is saying Edinburgh is going to win by 3, 22-25. Yeah, I think that could kind of go that way. Edinburgh, like you said, played beautiful rugby.
Yeah, they look. No, I'm saying Edinburgh by 12 points.
Yeah. Yeah, but now we do need to talk about something a bit serious, and that's very sad as a South African supporter, considering the heritage of the club. 1,771 fans at Ellis Park for the game against Scarlets.
Yeah, I mean, wow.
Is it time to hand over the URC games to the Cheetahs?
Again, I think there should be a playoff relegation thing. The bottom of the South African side should play the Cheetahs.
But I mean, are they the bottom of? That's the $1 million question. If we quickly
Well,
go look here.
After the season's finished, we'll know who's the bottom South African side.
Yeah, because I mean, if you look there, Lions are sitting 11. Though, like you said, it is early day. Lions are 11th. Sharks are
14th.
14th. So yeah.
You know, I do think there should be a playoff relegation game. 100%. I think the Cheetahs should have a chance, and if they win, then they should be the next in the UFC next year. I mean, it's just as simple as that for me.
Yeah.
But this is almost embarrassing,
Especially the heritage of the stadium.
And if you watch when the Springboks play there, it's completely full. So
yeah, it is
rugby,
possible to fill it.
Rugby is strong there. Like there are supporters, so it can be turned around. The Lions start winning again, and the ticket prices are sort of normalized, then people go back.
Yeah. But then carrying on, as you can see,
this is in Pimpy. This was not smart, must say.
So it says he's out of the Boks tour, which he could come back at the end. Against the teams like France, I doubt it. But yeah, it's a bit. And then Jan-Hendrik Wessels for that incident, apparently grabbing a guy's testicles. with no video evidence to say that it did happen. Now, we're not saying it did or it didn't happen. We're just going with what the evidence has said. He's been hit with a 9-week ban. Apparently, the Bulls are going to fight it because
Yeah. Do you really think he's fucking flipping, grabbing a guy's testicles?
the one view, it looked like it, but it was just the view. But then it kind of looked like his arm was in an awkward position. He was pulling it out, and the way he pulled it out, I can kind of see where the guy said he got grabbed. But it wasn't like oh, let me feel for you. It was here's the rack was here.
I highly doubt it. I must be honest. I hope they review it and it all gets sorted out.
That's why I said, because the rack, his head was outside the rack and he was pulling his arm back. I can see where the guy said he got grabbed by it, but if you look at it, he was pulling his arm back, obviously in an awkward position because of the way everybody was lying on it. He pulled it back with some force, but I don't think it was. If there was any contact, I don't think it was intentional contact.
Yeah,
like I said.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think it's
like I said, it was he was stuck in the ruck, pulled his arm out, and the position, the way he had to pull his arm out, may have come across as that, but to me it looked like he was just getting his arm out of the ruck, and unfortunately, the way that the ruck had been formed, there was an incident.
That's a sad one. Oh,
Yeah.
man.
But talking about sad, some stats from two of the coaches. As you can see, Springboks in current URC squad is 20. It gives you his overall over the past 4. The fact that they won the Challenge Cup. 23-24, they came 14th. Last year was 3rd. This year they are 14th, and overall under Plumtree is 40 games, 17 wins, 22 losses, and a 42.5 win rate.
Yeah, and you must understand 20 Springboks, and not just Springboks, but seasoned Springboks. You're talking about even Etzebeth, Bongi Banani, Oxen Chair, Trevor Nkande, even Etzebeth, Mpimpi, Yukanyo Am. You know, Hooker's new, he's a Springbok. Yeah. You know, like the list just goes on. And to
potential have Springboks as well.
Yeah, I mean, and 42.5%. I mean,
then you look at the Lions right now. Okay, cool. This is Ivan Van Zyls full Lions CV, excluding this year's right now. He's got 52 wins, 6 draws, 63 losses out of 121 games. So, and he's got a win percentage of 42.98.
Again, you know, if he had the squad that Plumtree has, would his stats not look different? I think they would.
They would, but I mean, at the same time, you do need to look at it and go like, what is wrong? But the same time, and the back office.
Again, like I'm going to go back to the fact that you can't play as a coach when he's got no depth and quality of players.
But that's why I said him and the back office.
And he's still got a better win rate than the Sharks.
Yeah. No, but that's why I said.
And everyone's having a crack at him. I don't understand that, really. You're looking at the Sharks, you've got 20 Springboks, and they have a win rate of 42.5%. And this man has got a win rate of 42.98 with like no Springboks and no depth and no money to buy players. And his management above him is in absolute chaos, you know?
Yeah.
He's holding the whole thing together by himself, basically. So for me, you know, give him a chance in a bigger union. Swap them put Plumtree in the Lions and put him in the Sharks, and then watch. I reckon he's a good coach. I reckon if he had some quality players and some quality depth and some sort of structure around him, he would be up in the 60s, maybe even 70s%
I
winner.
mean, but let's look at the top one, the 2019 Curry Cup season where he played 5, he lost 3 out of 8 games, 62.5. That Curry Cup team was a decent squad back then. You can't take anything away. And the 2021 was a terrible season for him, Curry Cup wise, along with 22. But now the same thing is, I'm not trying to put the spotlight on him, but the spotlight needs to go over him and the back office, where they all need to sit down and come up with a plan. Like, we know the Stormers have said to us they got a plan for 2029. That is the goal year. We're going to build towards that. So we as supporters are going, all right, 2029 is the year that you're saying everything needs to be in order. Up from now until then, we can expect a bit of fluctuation because you guys said we are building to the year of 2029. But what is the plan for the long-term plan for the Lions? Because we don't hear that. We don't hear that for the Sharks. I mean, right now with the Bulls is probably a bit too young with the new coach. Their supporters need to know what is the long-term plan? What is your goal? Once you put that down, your results can fluctuate because then we know you're planning. Like for us Stormers, we know end of 27, 28 is when we need to start getting proper momentum forward.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
But I think it's exceptionally difficult for him to run a team and then also have to deal with the sort of management staff of the Lions, the situation they're in, and the fact that they've got no money. So like he's only human. And I understand what you're saying, and yeah, it's a good point. They should maybe put sort of something in the public's eye, because I'm pretty sure they do have a plan. I'm pretty sure they have sat in the room and spoke about what they. Because I mean, he as a coach has got to also explain why he's losing. He's got to be accountable. So he's got to be held accountable. So he's got to sit in front of the management and say to them, look, this is what my goal is, and this is what my plan is, and this is a 3-year or 5-year plan or whatever it may be. But he's got to tell his bosses this. Okay, but maybe make it public. I understand what you're saying, but I'm pretty sure he has had to come up with some sort of plan,
Yeah.
But I hear you.
But moving on, it's official. Next year, no championship. However, it seems like it's every 4 years there won't be a championship. So we'll go 3 years championship, 1 year the Rivalry Tour. And this is the video that got released recently by the All Blacks on their TikTok account. So yeah. Yeah.
What a great video. Well done to the All Blacks for making
I
that.
will, I will say that that was fantastic because it wasn't, though I saw it from the All Blacks accounts and everything like that, it didn't focus on one team as the dominant team. It focused on both teams. There was probably a little bit more South African supporters because, of course, they're coming here next
Yeah,
year.
but that was
As you,
fantastic,
yeah,
fantastic video. Shout out
yeah,
to them. Shout out to them. That was awesome.
that was fantastic. As you can see, it starts off here in Cape Town on the 7th of August. Stormers versus the All Blacks. That is going to be fantastic. I think the times are still going to be released later on. Then they go to the Shark Tank to take on the Sharks. The black team versus the black team. One of them has to wear away colors. Then they go to Loftus to go play against the Bulls, only to stay up in Joburg and play the Springboks on the 22nd at Ellis Park. Then 3 days later, they play against the Lions at Ellis Park before they come back to Cape Town on the 29th of August. Then, of course, it's the 5th of August at F&B Stadium, Johannesburg. And apparently, I saw a report somewhere that it has been released. I think it might be. Don't hold me to it, but it could be either PE or something like that. I will need to find that article again. It literally came past, and someone said something, and I lost it. So I will find it and try to find out where it's going to be. But I think it is awesome. At the same time, I do think they're doing it on the wrong year. I think we should play championship uh, next year and then do rivalry tour as the warm up for us before the World Cup.
I think it's the right year. I think to play New Zealand 3 times in a World Cup year, that's a lot.
4 times.
Yeah, 4 times. Yeah, I think it's a lot. Um,
It's a lot, but at the same time, iron sharpens iron.
yeah, yeah.
But yes, obviously Sanzor knows something we don't. So, but apparently we're gonna. But also at the same time, the reason why I also say that is because we're still gonna play a full championship on World Cup year. So that's the full 6 games. So 4 compared to 6.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's true,
So
but like we would play more sort of. We play Argentina, we would play Australia, we would play New Zealand. It would be a bit of an all-rounder sort of. We'd have to prep for 3 different sides instead of one, and that would help. Obviously, they would do their prep for the World Cup, but I mean, it would help to get a better understanding. Also, then you got to look out for strategies. Are coaches going to rest their players for the tour? Are they going to send their best players because it's a World Cup year? You
yeah.
know,
But yes, that is what was happening. You know what? Leave a comment of how you feel
yeah,
about this. Um, I think it's fantastic. Leave a comment whether you agree with me. They should have left before 27, or they should play it like Tim says next year. Leave a comment what you think about it, because I mean it's phenomenal. I know I've spoken to a few All Black supporters. They are so stoked the fact that they can most probably get to go watch the All Blacks play twice in 1 year. And if they play their cards right, they could go watch a few more times. And I know competitions around here in South Africa are going to be flowing to try get tickets to go there. So I mean, yeah. Oh, my Zoom is sending out thumbs up. I don't know why. But just it is it's fantastic. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. And everything. Let me just quickly double check. What those dates are for Cape Town. Calendar. Let's go. 2026 August. So the 7th is a Friday. The 11th is a Tuesday. The 15th is, of course, a Saturday. The 22nd is a Saturday. 25th is a Tuesday. 29th Saturday. 5th is a Saturday. And the 12th, of course, is also a Saturday. So, yeah. I am looking forward to that. I am, yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be.
And I mean, there's no like, oh no, they gave us food poisoning this year or anything like that. Polly wasn't there. But yeah, I don't know what you have to say about that.
Oh. I've got a lot of friends in New Zealand. Shout out to Grey Valley Rugby Club. And let me tell you, when I played over there, boys gave me hell about that one.
You know what I love about
personally being a South African, but man, yeah.
I mean, I can't wait for it. Like I said, it's going to be hardcore. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be
I mean, it's
bloody.
Just history coming back. The tours, like my dad used to tell me about the tours, and before the championship and the Tri Nations, before the championship was the Tri Nations, and yeah, it's sort of. It's a nice sort of revival, and what a sort of wonderful thing between. It literally is the greatest. I will say it. No scar. It is the greatest rivalry in world rugby. People can hate me for it, but it is. South Africa is the greatest rivalry in world rugby.
On that, please remember to like, share, subscribe, comment, and on that bombshell and everything, I think we need to call it there because, like we said, it is the greatest rivalry ever. It is the top 2 winning percentage teams in the world at a tier 1 nation level against each other, putting it all on the line. A few years ago, I would have said, no, let's not do it. Right now, the fact that both teams are literally on a level playing field right now, I think it's a great time to do it.
And I just want to say the respect between the two nations is immense, and it's just a wonderful, it's just awesome, man. It really is what I love about rugby.
Yeah. But on that note, fellow champions, be safe, stay well. Tim, thanks very much for joining me today. Have a good one.